All right, another Metal Monday.
Yes, sir.
With my friend Brett. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm feeling like I'm ready to be back to work, like at work.
Oh yeah. You had a hybrid week.
Yeah, my kids had spring break last week, so I was able to do a little bit of work, do a little bit of kid time, a lot of family time, which I love doing. But I'm also like I love what I do, so it's like when I start chomping at the bit, like I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go again. So it's a good.
You can't turn
mix.
it all the way off either. I mean,
No.
that's just the nature of what we do for a living. Like it's our roles, like and my wife's learned to accept it.
Yeah, you got a good wife.
She doesn't always love it, but she also gets it. And I'm like, I don't. It's not a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 in my role.
No.
And that especially your role even more so than mine probably.
Well, I think both of our roles are similar. I think our stresses are different, but I think that they both come with the hours and both come with the territory of what we do. So from my standpoint, it's like I don't expect to anything other than what I'm getting, and what the work I'm willing to put in to go get it. And so I think anybody else out there, like yourself, I mean, you get what you put in. You're willing to put in the time, the effort, the energy, which doesn't mean you take away from your family or whatever. It just means like some days require more of you, and some days require less. And that's
once you realize there's no true 50-50 or there's no true balance of anything. Like, and it's just like some days, some weeks it might be 80% work, 20% family, and other weeks it might be the other way. When I'm like out on the road or on vacation with them, there's still that 20% work component in there, and and not everyone has a position like that, but I think
you earn those positions.
Yes,
like
they're a privilege.
I tell people you earn that right. You earn that right to leave on Wednesday at 2, like because of all the days you fucking left Wednesday at fucking midnight.
Yeah,
like. And if your boss doesn't recognize that, or the company you're working for doesn't recognize that, that's the way it is.
Hey, real quick, I gotta give a shout out to Leo, Jay's mom. She is our number one supporter. She watches every weekend. Every Monday. She always likes and shares it. She's probably our only person out there who watches religiously like that. Maybe.
And is there any more of a hustler than Jay's mom? Like,
oh yeah,
like a true
Well, we've been going to their house every other Monday or Tuesday to have dinner because my daughter's getting one of their baby cats.
Yeah.
So we've been going to hang out there every 2 weeks till the cat's ready. And so it's been fun. Like, I already see Jay a lot, but I don't get to see his wife and his mom. And so we've been doing, like, family dinner.
I love it.
And that's when it came up. And I said, I'm giving you a shout-out. So here's your shout-out. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Leo. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
How you raised Jay. That guy's a straight-up gangster.
That's why, you see Jay's mom, and you see Jay, and you see why Jay's the way he is.
Yep.
Like, it's not that hard, right?
Yep, 100%. All right, what are the markets doing? What are we seeing?
Well, the LME copper's up, right?
Yes.
Which is starting to close the gap. But, obviously this morning I woke up and, it was 517 on the COMEX.
Yes.
It's flat now. It's back to 510. But, LME's up to the 457. So it's starting to close that gap on the COMEX. We'll see. I think the COMEX is going to have to come down, I don't see the LME rocketing up to $5, but I guess you never know.
Yeah.
Which should help out on the export side if that gap does close. It should start taking away some of these arbitrages. Because that's what's going on right now. It's putting a lot of pressure on, anybody that's exporting copper. The gap, the the price gaps is widening out. You know what the COMEX says the price material haven't made the adjustment to $5.
That's what I've been
copper,
having to
right?
explain to a lot of our customers. A lot of them don't quite understand it, but that's the truth. Like we're not getting that full. We're not getting the COMEX price basically. You know,
which and I think that's similar. We fight that battle on the steel side, right? When the price of new steel goes up $100 a ton, $200 a ton, like it has lately on some items, we ain't getting up 200.
No,
like just because the price of I-beam or plate or your structural steel went up.
I remember many months where that new price is going ripping, and then our price goes down.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that see it on both sides. They're like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, it's not anything for us as we, own TV pipe, where we see that we fight that same fight.
Yeah.
So we do see that, and I feel the pain. It to this day doesn't make a lot of sense in my mind, but it's just part of the game.
Which is like one of our advantages, I think, on the pipe side is when we feel like the price is moving up, we can try and get ahead of some of that on the inventory side, right? So that being said, I mean, we do try and work that side of it. We don't always get it right. Sometimes we're guessing like everybody else, but it does help us. It gives us, some sort of...
Well, we have some insight. It's an educated guess, but you're going to live to fight another day.
Yeah. And I made a post on LinkedIn the other day. I sold 6 loads of copper, like between 482 and 487. And I was happy about that at the time, right? And then you watch it go, and you're like, well, you left 20-something cents on the table. But really, did you? Because the gap's wide, and you might have left 10, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. But give or take, that's why we go buy more.
How many times, Brad, have you seen it rip
I've seen
like
the others.
this?
Well, I've seen the other side of it.
Where you hold, where you're like, no, I'm going to ride this out. It's got another 20, and then it goes...
Yeah.
I'm sure those days those are probably harder to digest than when you do sell a little early versus when you hold and then the market takes a shit on you.
Yeah, the grinder in you wants to hit the top of the mountain, right? Yeah. But the realistic guy that's seen both sides of it is happy to take, the old scrap proverb 2.0. Yeah. You never go broke taking a profit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You just got to live and die by that and know that you're going to be right as many times you're going to be wrong, and then you should average out, and hopefully you win a few more than you lose. And I think that's the way we play the game. Try and take care of your customers, pay the right price, make sure you're not too exposed, keep your scrap moving, all the things. 10 scrap commandments will be coming out here soon.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
I want to know what the other 9 are.
I'm working on that.
Okay.
We'll put that up on. Started.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Everybody has a great day.